From the foothills of Alabama to the forests of North Carolina, the Right Lane Cup Series returns for its 13th round of the year here at Rockingham Speedway. Known as the Rock to race fans, this mile-long tri-oval racetrack with high banks and lots of tire wear should prove to be a great action for the many fans that came out. Our 41 drivers will take on 60 laps around this great racetrack. So let's go ahead and take a look at your points. After a big shakeup last week, Vince Freeze will take the points lead with 23 points over Jeffrey Finguy. Asher even with 30 back. Then Nick Breeding and Samuel England round out your top 5 in points. Let's go ahead and get your starting lineup. Julio Caesar reminds everybody about why Little Falls Motorsports, one of the best at qualifying, gets a front row with Christian Vargas, who is 8th in points, looking for a great points day. Lane Sanders looking for a rebound after last week. Derek Hamill looking for another strong run. Several cars went to the rear. The biggest one, however, is probably Vince Freeze, one of 5 cars going to the rear this afternoon due to technical difficulties. His arch rival, Jeffrey Finguy in the points, starts in row 11. He will be starting in the 21st position. The race fans are ready to go. The drivers are ready to go as well. Let's go ahead and get you track side so we can go ahead and get the command to fire those engines and start the race.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal representing Illinois, enjoyillinois.com, Abraham Lincoln. Drivers, start your engines.
Of course, with Caesar on pole, that really cements Little Falls Motorsports' qualifying prowess. His teammate Ryan Reed is in 10th, but I want to draw attention to Christian Vargas. He is the highest championship contender. He started outside pole. Everybody else is deep in the field, including your pole sitter, your points leader, Vince Freeze. He is in the back. The pace car is off. Reed and Vargas are going to bring us down. The green flag is out, and we are racing at the Rock. Caesar draws ahead going into turn number 1. Vargas just cannot get off the corner. And you can see a whole lot of mess. Reed got in the wall. Oh no, crash! Trouble! Ben McDonald is upside down on the back straightaway. Vargas sliding down. Goforth was in it. So was Ryan Reed. But Ben McDonald sliding on his lid. Comes to a rest in turn number 3. The caution flag is out. Getting back to the line. It was Julio Caesar got back first. Derek Hamill beat Christian Vargas back to the line. Lane Sanders is 4th, and Luke Evans is in the 5th spot. But for Ben McDonald, an absolute disastrous start to the race for him. He radioed to his crew and said that he was okay. Cody Goforth was also involved after having a strong run last week. And then Ryan Reed, who started 10th, was involved as well. So the caution flag is out. We need to see if we can figure out what on earth just happened here. So starting this off, we saw Ryan Reed. He had gotten put 3 wide, and he was stuck here on the top. He got into the fence, and yeah, oh my goodness. He hit Ben McDonald. McDonald ramped over Cody Goforth's right front, and that car slid, clipped the barrels a little bit, and that number 16 gear wrench Toyota slid the entirety down the back straightaway. Here's another look at it, man. Oh my god, wow. Oh my goodness. What a hit. You just see McDonald sliding all the way down. There he goes, and you see him slide in, and man, that's where he ended up. Thank goodness there wasn't any traffic coming when he slid back onto the racetrack. Riding on board with Jeffrey Finguy, he's 2nd in points. Let's see what he saw. Wow, my goodness. Imagine seeing that as a driver. Here's what Daniel Vohl saw. He's right behind all the action here. My goodness. So the caution flag is out here at Rockingham after 1 lap. We had a big crash on the back straight, and we'll be right back right after this.
Sunday is race day. That's why the Domino's 555 deal is perfect. 3 medium pizzas for $5 each. I have a pizza here for Mr. Right Lane.
That's mine. You're right. Mine would be the king of Right Lane.
Really? Mine would be for the Emperor of Right Lane.
Mine would be the Czar of Right Lane.
The Grand Poobah of Right Lane.
General Velissimo of Right Lane.
El Presidente de Right Lane.
King Daddy.
Welcome back to Rockingham, the Right Lane Cup Series 13th race of the season. We are under caution after a big crash on lap 1, sending Ben McDonald up and over. You see the skid marks there. Ben McDonald was in the infield care, so nobody radioed to his crew that he is okay. So Julio Cesar is your leader after 5 laps. Behind him is Derek Hamill, Christian Vargas, Lane Sanders, and Luke Evans. That rounds out your top 5. For Caesar and Crow, this is important. We get a caution so they can get some more laps because they're trying to get the most lap led bonus. You get 2 extra bonus points for leading the most laps. You get a bonus point for leading a lap in any Right Lane Cup Series competition that races for points. The pace car is off. We're going to be coming back green here. It'll be lap number 6 out of 60. We'll be 1/10 of the way through the race. The green flag is out. We're back green at the Rock. The top 3 really got a good restart there. Lane Sanders had a bad start, and that's going to stack everybody behind them up. Hamill looks to the inside of Caesar as he runs a higher line. You got Christian Vargas trying to make up spots, trying to get as many points as he can to get back in the championship hunt. Behind them, 2 wide, it's Logan Cloud, RJ Bishop. Bishop goes a little wide in 3 and 4. He's trying to get a little run off the top. He hits the fence. Bishop hits the fence, and that's going to allow several cars to get by him. Evelyn, Gray, and Fitzwater. That'll put him back to about the 10th position. But up front, Derek Hamill has lost a little bit of ground to Julio Cesar. Cesar has put on the steam, and they have gotten away. Sanders back up to Vargas, Luke Evans, and Logan Cloud, teammates fighting. Rhodes Gray is up here, giving Crossroads Racing a good run. You have Asher Evelyn holding up Zachary Fitzwater. Evelyn 3rd in points, trying to make up as many points as she can get. Fitzwater's back trying to make up spots. And then you have RJ Bishop, who we saw had that incident earlier. He puts him back into the top 10. We have some double file behind that. Mac Johnson trying to fend off Henry Thomas. He had a good qualifying effort, along with Peter on Jack. But I want to draw your attention back here. We saw his onboard under the caution. It was Jeffrey Finguy. He is currently 22nd. He is currently 23 points behind Vince Freeze. Vince Freeze had a miscue on the restart. He was still in 4th gear, but you see he has lost a whole bunch of time waiting on that. He is almost 11 seconds back, and this is important for Freeze because he was the points leader coming into this race. He had 23 points on Finguy. Jeffrey Finguy crashed in the big one at Talladega last week, and now he had to start in the rear due to a technical infraction. And now he had that bad restart, and unless he gets another caution, this is going to be very strenuous. Other championship contenders, Nick Breeding, he's 5th in points back here. J.D. Martin's back here. Samuel England, he is 6th in points. He's your Talladega and your Richmond winner. He's back here in 30th. But we look up here, Jeffrey Finguy. Finguy is making up spots. He's up to 19th now when he gets past the Dunkin' Donuts Ford of Angel Gutierrez. And that is not what Vince Freeze wants. He does not want Finguy to make up all these spots because there would go all of the buffer that he had gotten after Finguy's misfortune last week being caught right in the middle of the big one. Of course, Asher Evelyn, what is not good for Finguy, Asher Evelyn is beating both of them. Evelyn's currently right now in 13th, as the monitor says. But of course, up here, Vargas is another championship contender. He is in trouble. Vargas got put to the outside, and he's been trying to make the top work, and it has not helped so far. Falling all the way back to 7th, fighting to hold on to 7th from Rhodes Gray. Up here, we got a big gaggle of race cars. Fitzwater moving to the inside of Logan Cloud. It's not surprising to me. Cloud is doing so well. Logan Cloud says he really likes these short-ish, high-banked ovals. Did so well at Bristol. I believe he won Bristol. No, he won Iowa. Did so well at Bristol. Blew the motor. Luke Evans up here as well. A good teammate to Logan Cloud. Lane Sanders is in 3rd now. But up front, it is Derek Hamill trying to chase down Julio Cesar. And Little Falls Motorsports has to be very proud about this. They had a really good run at Darlington. Both cars ended up falling late due to pit stop issues. But Cesar is doing really good right now. Holding this lead, will now lead the first 15, 16 laps. Of course, Derek Hamill trying to keep the number 75 Horizon Hobbies Dodge in sight. But look who has come alive. It is Zachary Fitzwater. in the number 59, the Foster's Ford, is right on Lane Sanders. Fitzwater started outside the top 10, and now this car is absolutely moving. Is up to 4th. Now trying to fight for 3rd, trying to get past Lane Sanders. Sanders looks back to Fitzwater. We got Logan Cloud in 5th. Rhodes Gray has moved up to the picture, and Mac Johnson, another car, moving up early. So is Peter Onjack. But now Fitzwater's to the inside of Lane Sanders, trying to get that spot. Sanders defends. We'll see how this goes in turn number 1. Sanders cuts Fitzwater off. Fitzy had to hit the brakes. And Zachary Fitzwater, his season's really been up and down. He early in the year was caught up in a lot of people's messes, trying everything he can do to make up as many points as he can. He was top 10 in points at one point, and now he is trying to get another good run going. But what I'm concerned about most is Christian Vargas. He is outside the top 10 now. An early championship favorite is in trouble. Did not have a good car, and this gaggle of cars behind him, look who is here. It is Jeffrey Finguy. Finguy is up to 18th. I believe he's actually up to 17th now. Now he has a teammate in Griffin Lapel McDermott in front of him, another one in Mitchell Carter a little bit further up. And this is a lot of points that Finguy can desperately use. We go ahead and talk about Mitchell Carter right quick, because Carter, has been on concussion watch since Pikes Peak after a really hard crash into the outside wall. Of course, Carter had a little incident at Talladega last week where the cockpit filled up with smoke after a transmission burst. Collected Luke Evans, the 43, and Jeff Bolton in the 10. Of course, Carter had a good run going. He's got a good run going now. He's in 12th, trying to dig that team out of last in full-time points. But Finguy's up to 17th. He's trying to get 16th, break into the top 15, get his points lead back. And I would not be surprised if Finguy does. Running so well. But up front, Lane Sanders, Zachary Fitzwater, and Logan Cloud have run down Derek Hamill. The top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. Mac Johnson's up here in 6th. Rhodes Gray is 7th. Christian Vargas is 8th. Vargas is making up as many points as he can, trying to get around Rhodes Gray, the Crossroads Racing car. How about Rhodes Gray, though, as Vargas goes to the inside? The Crossroads Racing team not had a lot of good runs. Rhodes Gray, not many good runs this season. I believe Gray had a good run at Daytona, but other than that, it has been a struggle all year. And that team is trying to turn it all around. Currently running in 7th. Trying to keep everything, get a good top 10 out of this. Vargas has moved up to 7th. But up front, Fitzwater has moved Lane Sanders out of the way and is now, they're all underneath a blanket. The top 5 have run down Julio Caesar. As Caesar might have run out a little bit too early, but as far as Caesar's concerned, he needs to hold out for at least 6 more laps. We're on lap 25. If he's able to hold out for 6 more laps, he will have the most lap-led bonus. That's 3 extra bonus points in total. But Derek Hamill eyes up Julio Caesar. Fitzwater almost made contact with him going into turn number 3. Trying to get around Derek Hamill. Hamill built up a run. He's going to go on at the attack. Hamill to the inside going into turn number 1. Pulls alongside the 75. Side by side for the lead here at the Rock. Absolutely great battle we got going on. That's going to bring Lane Sanders and Logan Cloud back to him. Cloud sends it in. Caesar sends it into turn number 3. Hamill keeps side by side with him off the corner. Lap 27 will go to Julio Caesar, but Fitzwater is going to fall in line behind Derek Hamill, and Hamill is going to pull up a little bit more, going down the back straightaway. They're still dead even going into turn number 3, but I think Hamill is going to get him. Yes, he will. New leader at Rockingham, Derek Hamill, the Schluter System Chevrolet. He was dominant at Bristol before a blown motor took him out of the race, and now is leading again here at Rockingham. Similar in banking, a short-ish track, I like to call it. Hamill trying to get his first win of the Right Lane Cup Series, but look who is moving forward. It's Zachary Fitzwater. Oh my goodness, what a close call there. Fitzwater, Sanders, and Cloud all underneath a blanket. The top 5 is separated by less than a second. Heck, I would dare say less than half a second, almost. Fitzwater goes to the inside of Julio Caesar. Caesar starting to get stuck on that outside line. See what Sanders can do. Sanders goes to the outside. Fitzwater stays low. Logan Cloud holds it in there. And now that's going to bring Mac Johnson back into the mix. Mac Johnson having another good run for that team. Sanders falls back to 5th. Fitzwater slips back to 4th. Cloud is moving up to 3rd. Another driver that likes these high bank, shortish tracks. And now Caesar trying to run down Derek Hamill. Get his lead back, trying to make sure he has the most lap lead bonus. Derek Hamill holds the lead here. We're on lap number halfway through the race. Zachary Fitzwater now under attack. He is fighting Logan Cloud for the 3rd spot. He will get it. He might get 2 spots in one corner. He is looking. He is underneath Julio Caesar, and he is going. My goodness. Zachary Fitzwater is on a charge. He might even go after Derek Hamill. He got 2 spots in one lap. I've never seen somebody do such a thing at a track like this. Now he has caught up to Derek Hamill. Hamill runs the defensive line into turn number 3. Cloud looks. Fitzwater tries to block. Cloud's to the inside. Caesar is falling. He's got Lane Sanders and Mac Johnson with him. The top 6 are within a second of each other. Wow, what unbelievable racing we have going on at Rockingham. Cloud looks to the inside. That's allowing Derek Hamill to pull away. Caesar got a run off the corner. He goes underneath Fitzwater. They're both trying to get their spots back. Fitzy sends it into turn number 3. He's going to use the outside line to his advantage. And he's going to clear Caesar. Caesar got loose out of the corner. Sanders pulls to his outside. Johnson goes low. Hamill pulls away. He's got about 4/10 of a second lead on the rest of the field. The Right Lane Cup Series, this is the 13th round of the season. Derek Hamill leads after 34 laps. We will be right back after these couple of messages.
During a 500-mile race, the Texaco Haviland race team will change the tires, replace the fuel, and adjust the suspension. But there's one thing engineered to go the distance: the oil. Haviland, race-proven protection.
From the entire Channel 4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy.
Subscribe to Right Lane Cup.
You spend the day going in circles, and you earn the right to do one more. That's fuel for the soul.
Fight for the lead at Rockingham. Welcome back to the Right Lane Cup Series, 13th round of the year. Fitzwater is underneath Derek Hamill. It is a absolute dogfight for this lead. The top 4 are side by side going into turn number 3. Fitzwater sends it in deep. He is going to get the lead from Derek Hamill. Zachary Fitzwater is your race leader. And now he has pulled away. The top 5 are under a blanket. The top 6 are under a blanket. Mac Johnson is here. He's fighting Lane Sanders. They've been fighting for several laps. We now have Julio Caesar and Logan Cloud fighting each other for the top 3rd spot. Derek Hamill has slipped back, and Fitzwater has pulled away. We've talked about it before the break. Derek Hamill had taken the lead from Julio Caesar. Caesar had flipped back. Zachary Fitzwater had been making some daring moves to get up through the field. He started outside the top 10. He has a really good race car now trying to get up here, and he is pulled away from the rest of the field, and he has started gapping. It was 3/10 last time. I bet it's going to be more than 6 coming down the start-finish line. Now, Derek Hamill, without his clean air, has slipped back 0.8 of a second. My goodness. And this is absolutely not what these guys want to see. But we have seen so far that when these cars get out, they don't get out very far. But I think with Fitzwater's car, he's saving his tires. He might get away. So we'll go through the top, right through the field now. Fitzwater's your leader. Hamill is 2nd. Cloud and Caesar are 3rd and 4th. Mac Johnson, Lane Sanders are 5th and 6th. Charles Sanford has come up through the field. He is 7th. And Stephen Colon, is that Stephen Colon? It is. The Culver Chevrolet is up here fighting to get the top 10. That team has been in the back for most of the year. How about this? Stephen Colon fighting for a top 10. Then we have Christian Vargas and Mitchell Carter. We've talked about Carter the last couple of weeks. He is on a concussion watch. How about Mitchell Carter getting up here in the top 10? Rhodes Gray is 11th. Jeff Bolton and Henry Thomas, 2 teammates, are 12th and 13th. Then you have Chris Martins. Griffin Lapel McDermott, he's in the points, trying to get some points in 15th. KJ Hayes is 16th. And then Thomas is 17th. Peter Onjak, his teammate, is 18th. Daniel Voles, Cologne's teammate, is 19th. Angel Gutierrez is in the top 20. Then there's Jeffrey Finguy, second in points, trying to make up points, is in 21st. Then you have Asher Evelyn in 22nd. Alexander Phoenix is 23rd. Then you have Stanley Andrews in 24th. Then you have Samuel England, 6th in points, 25th. Jesse Turner, RJ Bishop, Ryan Reed, and Dunn LaPrade round out your top 30. Then it's James Ellison, Justin Henley, J.D. Martin, Nicky Martinez, Luke Evans, Taylor Frey, DJ Curtis, Nick Breeding's been in the fence, Cody Goforth, Ryan Griffin, and Vince Freeze are out of the race. But man, this has been a fight up here. What has happened here? We've had problems. We were told we got problems. No, we haven't. Somebody said somebody got into the wall hard coming down the front straightaway. But up front, look at this. Sanders has gotten through the field. He's back to 3rd. And is that Stephen Colon going for the top 5? It is. Stephen Colon is fighting for the 5th spot, trying to get into the top 5, passing Mac Johnson. He's gotten past Charles Sanford. I am very proud of this team. Colon has brought himself up into the 5th position. Strong run for that team. Of course, Caesar holding on to his own ground. Up to 4th, and they're about 1.6 seconds behind Zachary Fitzwater, your leader. But this fight is very interesting in the top 10. Caesar got a run on Sanders. Is going to go around the Texaco Haviland Pontiac. Of course, Stephen Colon's going to nuke the motor. Colon is up in this cloud of smoke. Stephen Colon, after his great run in the top 5, you're 5th. He was 5th, and now that car has grenaded the engine. He's got it on the apron. I don't think this will bring out a caution. Absolute tragedy for Stephen Colon, the Culver Chevrolet, Wisco Motorsports. Absolute crying shame. I cannot believe that. But that puts Mac Johnson into the top 5. Not for long, though. Here comes Charles Sanford. Sanford announced he was the pole sitter at Talladega last week, got in the big one. They announced this week that Sanford will be coming back to Starcom Breeding Enterprises. It's a good thing for them. Likewise announced Logan Cloud will be coming back to that team. But meanwhile, you have these cars up here. Caesar has run down Derek Hamill, as has Lane Sanders. They're trying to get past Hamill. They're going to get past Hamill here. It looks like in the turn number 3. Caesar dives it to the inside. On the 47, he's going to get by. Lane Sanders dives it in as well, going for 3rd. Trying to get past him. But all this is allowing is Zachary Fitzwater to pull away. 2.2 seconds ahead of the 75. And Zachary Fitzwater has needed this. His teammate, Vince Freeze, who's currently running in the 40th position, I might add, now 39th, because of the whole debacle on the restart. This is exactly what Fitzwater wants. He needs to make up points. He's trying to get a win. Vince Freeze, his teammate, won Daytona, leading the points right now. Not right now. He was leading the points coming into this race. And he is trying to cement that it is not a one-horse show. Fitzwater has had a horrible bout of luck to start the year, 10 laps to go. But he is trying to turn that around. He has been pretty impressive in several races throughout the year. And that Foster's Ford, they say it's Fitzy's favorite. And I suspect that we'll see a lot of Fosters thrown around if he's able to hold on for 10 more laps. And I'm noticing he's still pulling away. Caesar and Sanders have not been able to make up any time. Hamill is in the clutches of Charles Sanford, who is now in the 5th position. Logan Cloud has gotten past Mac Johnson. And Christian Vargas is now in 8th. You have Jeff Bolton trying to get in the 9th position. And then you have Mitchell Carter holding down the 10th spot. Sanford looks to the inside of Hamill as Sanders is holding on to Caesar, but Zachary Fitzwater coming around. It is 8 laps to go at the stripe. You got to imagine, if you're Fitzy, if you're his crew, if you're his spotter, you're his crew chief, you're just saying, please no yellow. Please no yellow. Because that would bunch the whole field back together and he'd be a sitting duck. Now, if we get to the point in a couple of laps where we get past lap number 56, the race will be over. As Fitzwater trying to make it to there. If they get a caution then, as we said, the race would end and Fitzwater would be declared the winner. But meanwhile, behind them, Caesar and Sanders are still losing time, and they're running nose to tail. I'd imagine Fitzy saved his tires, and these guys, who all fought for all those laps, burnt their tires off. This is a very abrasive surface, we've been told, coming into this race. Of course, no pit stops have been expected, but these guys have worn their tires down. Lap times have fallen off to over a second. And we've only run 55 laps. So I would imagine, you see there, they gained a little bit of time there. But it is a dogfight right here in the top 10. Charles Sanford, Logan Cloud. Mac Johnson threw a mean block on Bolton. And Mitchell Carter got around Christian Vargas. Puts Vargas back to 10th. Got a pair of 555 racing cars up here running 11th and 13th. How about this for them? A good consistent run for KJ Hayes and Chris Martins. They're sandwiching Henry Thomas and the M&M's Pontiac. Another really good run for Henry Thomas and Jeff Bolton. Of course, then there's Landon Thomas. Then you got Griffin Lapham McDermott. He needs another good, solid run. He crashed in the big one as well. He was 4th in points going into Talladega. Fell out of the top 5 after that crash. Then you have Peter On, Jack Daniel Voles, Angel Gutierrez, Jesse Turner, and Samuel England, 6th in points. He's moved up. So is Alexander Phoenix. And this is not what Finguy needs. Jeffrey Finguy is losing spots. He is in a long line of cars, and they have caught him, bringing him backwards. 23rd. He's losing 23rd. He's liable to lose 24th and 25th. Finguy, absolute, might have burnt his stuff up. It's 3 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on him. But up front, as now we see another fight. Hamill has Sanders trying to pass on the outside. Did not work. Here comes Derek Hamill. 2 laps to go at the stripe for Zachary Fitzwater. A lot of action going around this racetrack. Fitzy sends it into turn number 1. This is a dog fight back here. Hamill and Sanders fighting for the 3rd spot. Sanders cycles back in. Logan Cloud trying to get into the top 5. He might get Lane Sanders here. But we're coming to the white flag. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Zachary Fitzwater and the Fitzwater Australia Racing Team. Fitzy, as we've said, has had a horrible start to the year. They've tried a lot of things and they haven't worked. But Fitzy coming down the back straightaway, coming down Thunder Alley for the final time. Coming through 3, going through turn number 4. Zachary Fitzwater is going to get his first career win here at the Rock. Zachary Fitzwater, Foster's Ford, and Fitzwater Australia Racing win here at Rockingham with 2 races left to go. Julio Caesar gets 2nd, the pole sitter. Derek Hamill 3rd. Lane Sanders held off Logan Cloud. That's for the top 5. Then it's Charles Sanford, Mac Johnson, Jeff Bolton, Christian Vargas, and Mitchell Carter rounding out your top 10. Zachary Fitzwater, though, an amazing run for him. Of course, we got to take a look. Jeffrey Finguy finishes 27th. He still made up points on Vince Freeze, who finished 39th. Asher Evelyn, 3rd in points, was in between them and 28th. But for Zachary Fitzwater, he will be taking a lot of Fosters with him to victory lane. Congratulations to Zachary Fitzwater and the Fitzwater Australia Racing Team on this great, momentous win for him. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will get you your points here shortly.